First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching the truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawab from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with another lesson. It's a lot here, brothers. As you see on my phone screen, I got at Mr. Judge 6167. He says the radical Hebrew Israelites mythology and street tactics. And I'm just going to do a response to it. Quite a few brothers here in GMS Chicago have done a response to this clown. And they love to use that word radical. They love to sit up here and put a word. They just can't say Hebrew Israelites. And, they just can't sit up here and say these guys go out there and teach the Bible. What they do is they love to add words to it and make it seem like we're some evil-ass group, and make it seem like we some wicked-ass, evil-ass people that's out to do some dirt or to do something wrong, when that's not the facts. We're out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth, But people going to always paint a picture of you being the worst when they the worst, So I'm going to let some of this play. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me grab one scripture real quick. It was one scripture that was in my mind, been in my mind. That's messed up. Here it is. You think about it, then you lose it. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse. You know what? I'm gonna start at 13, but the point really is 14. It says, "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works." And the reason I get this 14, because here it is, always got these so-called white motherfuckers get on these podcasts talking about love, peace, and sitting up here trying to paint a lot of the Israelite camps out there as being evil and menacing and all this. You got some Israelite camps out there that's fucked up. But they love to paint us in one way, and here it is, throughout the years, you've been the most evilest motherfucker on the planet. You paint yourself as being the most, we're great, we love everybody, we care about everybody, and don't give a damn about shit. The Lord going to destroy all you fuckers, man, for the wicked ass shit y'all do. You accuse your brother and you lie on us. You sit up here and try to put yourselves on pedestals and try to make yourselves like you godly and holy, when you fucking the most profane motherfuckers on the planet. And the Lord going to destroy you bitch ass niggas. But with that, man, let me sit up here and go back to the scripture. Go back to the thing. I'm going to let this play, grab a few more scriptures, man. That's going to be it, because you motherfucker devil is going down, man. Y'all world is crumbling, and we seeing it, and we laughing, and we enjoying it. So live it up. Keep on telling your lies. Keep on getting your little podcasts and YouTube channels, talking all your shit. It ain't going to do nothing. It ain't going to make nothing. You should be living it up and fucking up. That's what you should be doing. All the dirt you can, because your time is coming to an end. But here, I'm going to let this play. A few minutes, man. It's pretty, as you see, it's almost 50 minutes, And, but if you look at the first, if you listen to the first 2, 3, 4 minutes, you'll get pretty much the gist of what they're talking about, But here you go.
Imagine you're walking up the plaza toward the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Right, just a normal evening out.
Exactly. It's a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You've got a hot dog in one hand, you're wearing your favorite team's jersey, and you're really just trying to get inside to watch a basketball game.
Yeah, you're not looking for trouble.
Not at all. But suddenly, this man steps directly into your path, and he's flanked by several others, all wearing matching, militaristic uniforms and turbans.
Right.
He points a finger directly at your chest and tells you with absolute unwavering sincerity that because of your specific genetics, you are literally an ancient biblical demon.
Which is just a wild thing to hear on a Tuesday.
It's insane. He tells you that your ancestors stole his identity and that very soon he's going to enslave you. And while he's screaming all this into a megaphone, somebody else is standing like 3 feet away just filming your reaction.
Yeah, getting it all on camera.
Right. So welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're taking on a mission to really unpack a dense, sobering stack of materials. We're looking at a highly detailed April 2026 monthly monitoring report, and we've also got several peer-reviewed academic and psychological analyses to go with it.
It's a pretty heavy stack of reading, honestly.
It really is, and all of it focuses on the specific, rapidly growing phenomenon, the surge in Radical Hebrew Israelite, or RHI, activity.
And you
So I'm gonna leave it there. I mean, you brothers can listen to the rest. I mean, it's pretty. They talk about a lot of nonsense. Sitting up here, going into how, they're gonna bring out the anti-Semitics. They're gonna bring out the race, how we racist. They're gonna bring out all this nonsense. They're gonna bring out. They're gonna bring out how aggressive we are. These are the things, these little talking points that they sit up here and bring out just to sit up here and pique people's interest and get them into sit up here and thinking one thing when it's really some bullshit, But that's what they're going to sit up here and bring out, a bunch of lies, But let them. Let them. That's all they got, man. That's all they ever had. Esau ain't nothing but a big-ass liar. But with that being said, man, let me grab some things because first and foremost, they sit up here. They tell you how that they are identity thieves, and normally identity thieves go to jail. But these motherfuckers are the biggest identity thieves on the damn planet, and they ain't went to jail for none of the things they've stole, none of the identities they stole. The Israelites, the Vikings, the Spartans, shit. They done stole so many goddamn people's nationalities and heritage, should be under the jail. But either way it goes, man, let me sit up here and grab a few scriptures. The first scripture I want to sit up here and grab is because he don't understand the scriptures. He don't understand that, hey, y'all going into slavery. But here's one of the things that here it is, throughout the years, these motherfuckers don't never sit up here and get that, they tend to forget. This is Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 4. It says, "Thus saith the Lord thy power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they say, and they sell them, and they sell them, say, and that they sell them, say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and for their own shepherds pity." Let me read this again, man. I'm totally butchering it. This is Zechariah 11 and 4. "Thus saith the Lord thy power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they say that sell them, say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." But here's the point. Whose possessors slay them and they hold themselves not guilty. See, this motherfucker sit up here. Let's just say for argument's sake that the guy did tell him that you going into slavery because you're a demon, which really is an Edomite, but he's a fucking piece of shit. You are a demonic piece of shit. But either way it goes, let's just sit up here and say that he did say that to him. It's true. Your possessors slay you and hold themselves not guilty. You motherfuckers have never sit up here and owned up to the fact of what you've done to the so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans. Not one of you fuckers. But you're always talking about how racist other people are when your people have been racist throughout the goddamn years. It's funny as fuck. And it's amazing. And our shepherds pity us not. Our own people are nothing but some backstabbing coons. Who sit up here in cahoots with Esau Edom just to get $1. But either way it goes, that's not the point. You motherfuckers have sit up here and done a lot of dirt to us, a lot of evil to us, and that recompense is coming back. And you don't like it. You don't like this truth. You don't like this word. But you can't stop it, big dog. You can't stop it. With that, man, I had something else in my head. Let me go here, Revelations. And forgive me, brothers. I might jump around here and there, but this is Revelations, 13? I think it's Revelation 13 and 9. It says here it is. This is Revelation 13 and 9. It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints." So yes, you are going into captivity if you're Edomite. Yes, you are going into captivity if you are the heathen nations. But you Edomites especially, because what did you do? You gave the so-called Israel, you gave the Israelites, the so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, hardcore, extremely brutal, painful, torturous bondage. When our time was at an end, you never let it go. You held on tight and fucked us up gave us no mercy. And you got the audacity, people like this got the audacity to sit up here and have a problem when someone says something to them. And like I said before, that's if anyone even said anything to it. All you probably doing is listening, and then you're going to come on your podcast and lie. Come on the YouTube channel and lie. Oh, they stepped to us. They ain't no one stepped to you. The brothers be standing out there, man. Ain't no one stepping to you. People stand out there. Yeah, we loud. We boisterous. We got rude speech. But ain't no one coming to you. That's bullshit. But you motherfuckers are scared because you know you're going into that captivity. Especially the elites. They know. You lower level Edomites, some of y'all might have an idea. But most of y'all just fear what could happen. If a so-called Black, Latino, or Native American man got in power. That's what y'all fear. And it's going to happen. The Lord is going to send back his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and this place is going to go down. And guess what? When the new kingdom is set, you're going to have 144,000 mighty men who's going to be so-called Black, Latino, and Native American judging the world. That captivity is coming, and all we doing is waiting. We patiently waiting. So get ready. With that, man, I be having so many scriptures in my head, and they so tangled in my head that I be forgetting them. This was the one that I had. Hold on, Salakia, brothers, please forgive me. Oh, that's where I want to go, Isaiah. That's where I want to go because hey, this is coming. Yes, you mugs is going into captivity. And I'm going to sit up here and then push it again. This is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." No strangers are the Israelite foreigners that's scattered around the world. Those Israelite foreigners, that look like the heathen, but their lineage go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's who that's talking about. Those are talk about Israelites. They just look like the other nations. But here's the point that I want to sit up here and this is Isaiah 14 and 2. "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." There you go. So even if you did sit up here and step to somebody, or even if you did happen to hear that out there while whoever was out there on the highways and byways preaching, guess what? It's going to happen. The scriptures keep on saying it. It's going to happen. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. You're going into slavery. See, that's your problem. See, that's your anger. You're going into slavery. You don't want, see, you're the wicked that the Bible talks of. Esau, Edom. And you're going into slavery. So let's get the wicked. Let's go ahead and get the wicked. The wicked that the Bible talks of. Let's go to Malachi. Chapter 1. It says, I'm going to read one. It says the burden of Malachi 1:1, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. "I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob and hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever." The Lord have indignation against you Edomites forever, man. forever. Point blank period. Yeah. Y'all fell. The Roman Empire fell, but now y'all building it back up. Roman 2.0. You know? Yeah, the Lord should have been gave y'all a chance for y'all rulership. The Lord should have been blessed y'all with the rulership of the kingdom. And now that kingdom is about to crumble and fall and crash and burn. The Lord hates you, motherfuckers. What he say? I hated Esau. Which also proves that the Lord hates. You know? People just don't want to fucking admit it. My God is all love. You're about to find out that the Lord controls both sides. And you're about to find out the wrong side. Idiots. You know? But that's people. But see, the main reason for a lot of this uproar with you so-called white people is because you see a change. You see something happening and y'all afraid. You know, the elites already know. They're going to try to fight it. They're going to try to hide and do all the other little stuff. But you lower level Edomites don't know. And some of you do. Your time is coming to an end. And the funny thing about it is the Lord is using y'all to fuck yourselves. You're too stupid. You're too stupid. Now I'm going to sit up here and grab this because let me go to Genesis real quick, because I said Esau, Edom. It says Esau, and this is going to let you know who Esau is. This is Genesis 25 and 25. I want to say it's 25 and 25. 24. This is Genesis 25 and 24. And when her days to be delivered was fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came out his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. So here it is, Esau and Jacob, twins. And it's a symbolism that Jacob held Esau's heel, because that's showing that the Israelites are going to take Jacob out of his rulership. That's a symbolism, beginning with Yahushua. When he come back, man, he's going to destroy this place and take these goddamn devils out of their rulership. But what did it say? Esau came out red all over. So the white so-called white man is not white. He's red. When you look at their babies when they born, look how they look. They look red. Their blood show through their skin. So when you look at Malachi 1 and 4, it says, matter of fact, we'll go right back to it. It says, what is this? What it says, Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Wait a minute. The border of wickedness. So when you sit up here and go into Job, let's go to Job real quick. This was not the way I wanted to go with my lesson, but it seems like, hey, the Spirit does what it does. This is Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Wait a minute. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who's the wicked? You just found out in Malachi, Esau, Edom. And you found out who truly Esau is in Genesis. Esau, Edom is the twin brother of Jacob, the so-called white man. And Jacob is the so-called black man. The Bible is a puzzle, man. It pieces things together. And now you're sitting up here finding out who you really are as a people. And like brothers always say, the elites already know. You lower level Edomites don't know. But now you're finding out. Y'all covering the faces of the judges. What that means, cover the faces of the judges. Y'all painted every angel white, God white, his only begotten son, so-called white. That's what it means, cover the faces. You took the Bible and made it your own. You stole something that wasn't even yours. And you're going to pay for it. Stupid. You know? But it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? And you know who the wicked is. So you know who's right now in rulership. You know who the earth is. It's in the hands. Who got military set up all over the world? Who got puppet masters that's set up all over the world? Puppets that's set up in all these rulership, these presidents, kingdoms, these prime minister, whatever you want to call them. Esau Edom controls everything, but his control is fading. It's crashing. It's crumbling, and you see it right before your eyes, and you motherfuckers are getting scared. Now, let me make another point, and Slaki, I know I'm all over the place. Let me go to Matthew real quick, because this is Matthew 10, because the point that you sit up here and said that someone stopped you, that's BS. This Matthew 10 and 16. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. The Lord sent us forth. That's in red. That's Yahweh Shai speaking. He sent us forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Sheep are docile animals. They ain't going to attack nobody. Doves, beautiful bird, very, very calm. Ain't gonna attack nobody. So when we standing out there on the highways and byways, yeah, like I said, we might be rude in speech, but we're not coming to attack nobody. We get out of the way. We ask people, hey, if you want to go by, we'll move. We do those things. We don't confront people. Now, if you come up to us and talking shit, yeah, we'll sit up here and say some words to you. But that's only with your aggression. And a lot of times, even with that, we try to sit up here and calm a situation down. You know? So you got clowns always saying shit and they be lying. Wise as serpents, harmless as doves. And what's the other scripture? I keep on saying it, so I'm gonna go to Isaiah, because yeah, we loud, but we ain't sitting up here doing nothing to nobody. This is Isaiah 58. He says, cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob's their sin. So yeah, we're gonna be loud and boisterous. We're gonna be out there yelling. That's what we're supposed to do. We're gonna be in the main concourses, like it says. Wisdom cried without in Proverbs 1. She cried in the main concourses of the gate. We're gonna be out there amongst the people. We ain't gonna be in no goddamn building, a church, where can't nobody see your ass. That's stupid. The Lord said he ain't in the house built with hands. He ain't in the temple built with hands. You know? But hey, man, hey, you motherfuckers are afraid, and you should be. You should be. Your time is coming to an end. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go here, Ezekiel. I want, is it 35 that I want, or if it's Amos that I want? Yeah, this one's cool. This is Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their end had an end, in time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Because, hey, I claim at time our iniquity had an end, and guess what y'all did? Y'all fought the affliction. Y'all fucked us up even more once slavery ended. Y'all whooped our ass. That Emancipation Proclamation bullshit was just a transfer of ownership. And we got fucked up even worse. You know? But either way it goes, we got fucked up bad. But man, when the slavery ended, or so-called slavery ended, which it never did, we just got transferred to somebody else. You got ID cards and social security cards and birth certificates, all that's slavery. Keeping tabs on you. You can't do nothing without it. And we still here to this day. Ain't no man redeeming us. Yahweh Shai is going to come back for his people. Yahweh Shai is going to redeem us. He's coming back for us. Point blank, period. We got to wait on him. And it's just a short amount of time before all hell break loose and for this place is through. And hopefully we be on them chariots, brothers. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball and Anya Abathon Labakia. Shalom.